You ever had a cold in the summer? Be the worst. It gets better though. How they turn a top dog to an underdog. It's a cold world even in the summer, dog. Like 100 missed calls in my number log. I talk to God before I talk to people from them blogs. Gotta see through it when it's thick as London fog. I'm from the city, baby, I done grew up under small. Not to bring up old shit, I'm not a plunger, dog. No Dalmatian, but I come through with 100, dog. And they don't bark, they bite. Let it spark, they might. Gotta walk straight, right? Turn the dark to daylight. Let them talk, they right. In your heart, stay light. Play your part, stay tight. Bosses park where they like. Don't you let them trick you out your spot and put that guy on. Rather cut them off and let a bygone be a bygone. When you ballin', you that they got their eye on. So I think I know just how I feel to be a Zion. Busting out sneakers, swinging on rims. Being number one, bringing on M's. Hope the Knicks get him. I'ma bring him Timbs. Tell him lace his boots, I'ma get a king some gems. Like, look, you the great hope and a scapegoat. You gon' have to make quotes and take notes. And some can't take smoke, so they may choke. But those who learn to make boats, stay afloat. It's gonna be a cold summer. Devil tryna take your soul from you. Call him, but he got my old number. It's gonna be a cold summer. Devil tryna take your soul from you. Call him, but he got my old number. It's gonna be a cold summer. I'm chillin' for the whole summer. No feelings for the whole summer. It's gonna be a cold summer. I'm chillin' for the whole summer. No feelings for the whole summer. The media promoting fake, they just stamping this shit. You don't wanna see us beefing, stop vamping this shit. They was giving Mika L, said he wouldn't prevail. Next thing you know, that boy was in a championship. So every day I'm going in, I'm on some vampire shit. And every night I'm in my bag like I'm camping and shit. The trenches that we grew up in, need to know you could win. So you see me in my hood on my championship. See a minor setback, breed a major get back. If I lose, it ain't over. I be yelling bet back. I come from where they take it. You might never get back. Gotta shout out New Jersey. Y'all won't get the Nets back. Play for keeps round here. Pride is deep round here. Shooters creep round here. Hard to sleep round here. Life cheap round here. Grim reap round here. Spilled milk, get wiped up. We don't weep round here. We just going harder. We raising sons and growing daughters. Came a long way and working on going farther. Grew up not knowing father, seeing no one bother. But know my story gets better cause I know the author. Keep reading, it's a comeback story. I told her that if you leave, don't ever come back, shorty. I be saying word to mother, she the one that taught me. Karma is a who holds around and come back for me. Cold. It's gonna be a cold summer. Devil tryna take your soul from you. Call him, but he got my old number. It's gonna be a cold summer. Devil tryna take your soul from you. Call him, but he got my old number. It's gonna be a cold summer. I'm chillin' for the whole summer. No feelings for the whole summer.
Guru Nation.
It's gonna be a cold summer. I'm chillin' for the whole summer. No feelings for the whole summer.
What a great song.
That's the last time we play it for the season,
Yep.
guys. It's not summer anymore. Even in Arizona, the weather changed. Robert, you enjoying this, man? It's like
I gotta tell you, I went to take the garbage cans out because tomorrow's garbage day, and I was like, wow,
it's nice. It's actually nice.
It's amazing.
Yes.
The misters can be put to rest. Well, Dan, actually, it's gonna warm up next week. So
next week's one more week, and then I'm gonna be in Austin, Texas. By the way, guys, shout out to Ashley Margot. I'm gonna see her. I got a friend's wedding.
Nice.
If anyone's in Austin, hit me up.
I'll be in Fort Collins, Colorado next week. If anyone's out there, hit me up. Colorado State University.
Doing some interesting stuff. We can't talk about it, but
yeah, we can. But it's gonna be cool.
And then Chris Sauber is gonna be solving difficult math problems.
I'll be in Boise October 20th.
Oh, seriously? Okay. Hey, man. There's a couple sites out there. Are you thinking of starting a site? Wait, are we thinking of starting a site?
Not at this point.
Oh,
But-
because
but
Darshan will say we're
possibly.
not compliant. Even already. We don't even have the site yet. We're
No
already
name,
not compliant.
no LLC, just
Yeah.
not compliant.
We're terrible. We're screwed, man.
If Darshan only knew.
I'm not smart enough for that stuff.
Wait, knew what?
Yeah, new
What
what?
are you
Exactly.
implying?
He's gonna know at SOS.
You know the
Darshan's gonna meet real side owners,
Hey,
not these
do you guys-
academics.
Dan, Chris asked a question.
I did.
Chris.
Oh yeah, what are you implying?
Yeah. Do you remember the reciprocal CD and NDA that we executed yesterday?
I do.
Was that compliant?
Were you
Probably
compliant?
not.
You didn't
Darshan.
Probably not.
You,
All right.
you didn't do shit. What
Let's
you gotta
ask-
be compliant with?
Well, that's my point. Like everything in there is like, I mean, hey, shout out to if you're watching.
Shout out
but-
to Gmail. Darshan, is Gmail okay? Or generally that's not compliant?
Yeah, what's Darshan's email? Just throw it out there.
Darshan
Darshan
has
is-
like
Darshan is-
To me.
Open
Darshan is
source.
speechless.
Some lawyer like crowdfunded open source thing that's compliant but doesn't work. Like they can't send anyone emails. Darshan,
That's how
how's
it's
it going?
secure.
It's
Hey,
so secure, no one can get anything.
Dan, I think you need to update the banner. This is not medical or legal advice.
Hold on.
because
Starting soon.
Evan-
We're
and that's why
starting.
Darshan's been quiet. He hasn't
Hold
said
on,
anything
hold on.
because
Yeah,
that's not
Darshan
there.
can't talk yet. Yeah, you're right, Robert.
I know. I'm telling you.
God forbid medical advice.
Exactly.
Okay,
Now
Okay.
Darshan can say hello.
Darshan, you may speak now.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
He's in the
Ian,
next guest for
Ian.
Latinos in Research. How are you doing, man? We're gonna do an unboxing soon for the one thing that we can't talk about.
I think you've talked about it a lot, including in our podcast earlier today.
But I didn't ever say what it was.
You
for
did. Yeah, you did.
Oh, really? Live?
Yeah.
Man, that was before my cold brew. Sorry. I was totally sober on that one too.
It's all
Are
good.
you implying you're not sober at this moment?
I'm a
He
little
was
tipsy,
implying he
yeah.
was not sober this morning.
No, this morning I was. The cold brew.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
That's
my
how you
bad.
had that.
Do you want to talk about your art or we'll reveal it soon for Guru?
We'll reveal it soon.
Okay. Do you think you'll
Oh.
save it for an after dark or do you want to?
Well, we might be
Save it.
able to save it for an after dark, but the problem is that everything's dark, so it's not gonna be able. You aren't gonna be able to see it.
Okay.
It requires.
So we'll do it during the day. That's where we are.
Okay.
What does it require? Sunlight, or it can just normal bulbs work?
Just to be clear, it's just like a piece of art. That's all it is. It's just a massive piece of art. It's like
Art,
feet.
that's the next level. That's when you know you made it, when you start talking about art. Like I'm not in that conversation yet. Sorry, man. One of these days. One of these days I'll get there.
Well, because we were talking tax strategies before we got online.
Oh,
Yes.
for God's sakes, we were. And I'm actually going to try this. And if I get into any trouble, I wish I had my
I'm
mug
sorry,
right
can you
now.
add not legal or accounting or God forbid medical advice?
It gets
Or
longer.
tax.
It gets longer. Okay. Let's edit this.
Well,
Is that what she said? I shouldn't go there.
Let's
boy.
fraud
Make it
pod.
longer.
Not-
That's what she said.
Wait, this is not fraud pod. Okay. Not legal or God forbid, not legal tax or God forbid medical advice. Okay.
Or
here we
design
go.
advice.
Or design. No, well, that's implied.
Okay.
You should throw art advice in there because that's where this conversation is going to go numerous times.
I feel like that's the next decade for me.
I'd prefer to talk about the hat that Chris is going to be buying me, but let's not talk about the context of why.
Yeah,
he's buying a hat.
let's not expose.
Well,
Chris right now.
just FYI, I hope you're both cool buying half a hat for me.
Listen,
Why
half a
have
hat.
that?
That's
the
not a
word,
Bitcoin, man.
It
The
works.
hat I want's like $140. So.
Damn.
That's
Okay,
fine.
me and Robert will go halfsies. I got
yeah,
it.
yeah,
There you go.
100%.
Okay.
And I may
We're not losing though. You do know
No,
that, right?
it's an impossible.
No, I think there's like a 30% chance you do lose.
No, you took a horrible bet, man.
Chris, honestly,
No, I
brother,
said I can't lose this bet. I don't lose.
Guys, did you hear what happened with Craig Lipset at D Farm?
no, I want to. What I actually texted you because I was like, "Is he serious?"
He's serious.
I thought it was a joke.
When you say free,
No.
like, is he in custody or?
No, that was hyperbole by me.
Oh,
but he did
okay,
get
I thought
escorted
so.
out. He did.
What,
No,
what-
Darshan would have bailed him out by now. He's in Philly.
Okay, so can we talk about just briefly TLDR, because we know this is Guru After Dark, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a more lighthearted kind of a thing. But what happened, Dan?
I mean, I can't spill all the beans, but I
Sure,
talked to
just
Greg this
TL,
morning.
just a high level.
Yeah, he was at D-Farm because so he used to be involved with that conference a decade ago, and I actually don't know anything about the conference. I don't know the founders. Apparently, I'm connected with one of them, but I guess they had like I don't know. I don't actually know what happened, but he stopped going, and somebody asked him, "Hey, are you coming to D-Farm?" And he said, "No, but I'm in the area. I could swing by the lobby and meet with you." And I guess he met with like a bunch of people, and one of the founders, I guess, had beef with him and saw him and immediately like made eye contact. This is on his post. Made eye contact with me, and the next thing I know, a person saying he was a policeman escorted me out. So
Had a
I
really
don't
good
think that's
costume.
cool. As a conference owner, I wouldn't even do that like on an enemy of mine. Like I would let them be there. They're not in the conference. They're in the lobby. They're not being disruptive. I think that was like vindictive move, and that's why, without knowing anything about those people, I made that post like cancel D-Farm. Who would do that?
Well, the hotel too. I mean,
It wasn't the hotel.
Oh,
It
security
was the conference.
for the security for the conference. Not
It was the conference founder that.
No, I understand that, but what security was it? Because if it was the hotel security, I'd cancel.
No. The person identified himself as a police officer.
Okay.
And I can see it. It almost happened to me. This is the first time I'm discussing it publicly at ACRP this year. They did not like that I was there. I did have a badge because I was sponsored, and they didn't like that I was doing interviews there, and we were out of the way. And they told me not to record anywhere outside the booth because of the fire marshal. But if I wouldn't have had a badge, they would have asked me to leave too. So I could see it kind of shows you the change of guard when it comes to like the old establishment versus the new. Like there's the old way of networking, which is you got to pay to play. Like you got to pay to come in here, and we're not going to talk about anything for free. You just got to pay, and we have the information. Versus nowadays, I mean, anyone can go live and talk about anything. Anyone can write an article. Chris writes articles in the style of Forrest Gump and soon to be Darth Vader, maybe, I hear. Hola, Monica. How's it going? Shout out to Monica.
Hey,
She's back from
Hey,
Colombia.
Monica.
Welcome back home. A lot has changed since you left.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
that song. They're eating the dogs, eating the cat.
Listen,
Right here.
Darshan
Darshan's
gets a
favorite
lot
song.
of. Darshan is eating.
Darshan
one
made a
right now.
wild post. Darshan, what went through your mind? Let's dissect your post. The post you did. You know we're not letting you off the hook. What in the world?
Look,
Think-
we're eating the dog.
I have
eating
to
the
agree
cat.
with Dan here. What?
What?
In the world?
If I'm
As a
eating
matter
the
of fact,
dog, I'm eating the cats. I
I'm
want
the
to know
one
that
who
they're eating them.
screenshotted it and sent it to you both.
Yeah.
Robert
so make it a
found it.
threesome,
Big
huh?
up to Robert, man.
I was
He
like,
wa-
this can't be Darshan. Did he get hacked?
I was like, that doesn't seem like Darshan's like, even on China, you ask him about China, he's like, well, I could see it both ways on a totalitarian regime. So what made you go that route, Darshan? I mean,
I don't think
I thought it was
political.
funny. Mind you, I thought it was funny.
No, but that's the thing. I don't make political statements because I'm not a big fan of talking about politics.
Yeah, but Darshan, look, I told you in private text message, I don't think people are mature enough.
I know. But you told me
Not
that
to-
after I posted it.
How
Well,
was it
I-
received?
well-
How was it received? Did you get
No,
messages?
no one really commented.
Nothing. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did it go viral or like nothing?
Well,
special?
again, nobody commented. He said. I think
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Ah, all right.
But I think that speaks to why, like,
People
look,
are afraid, man.
listen. One thing I gotta say, Darshan and I had a very intellectual, mature conversation,
Did
which we did.
No, we did
Yeah.
have that one. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, but-
Darshan's surprised, man.
Yeah, is that surprising
remember
or
anything.
rare?
Darshan has a terrible memory, so
I
it's
have a
okay.
terrible memory.
He'll forget this tomorrow, anyways.
Okay.
But the point is, all I said to Darshan was like, look, I don't think people are going to be mature enough to handle this and not take it in the context in which you clearly said don't take it in. Like he literally said, this is not this, and then anyway.
I would say the same thing if it was Harris. I just thought it's a funny statement.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I found it humorous.
Chris even laughed out loud.
I did. I thought that was pretty damn funny.
And he's a tough crowd.
And it was surprising. So yeah, all the more funny.
Now, Chris, what inspired you to start posting on? I think you both of you guys had like a clear turn in your same day.
Same vein as Darshan. There's just not enough humor in this world. People are just too easily upset.
I like it. What kind of feedback did you get from LinkedIn, your article, or do you not know how to check your comments?
You all took pictures and sent them to me. So.
that's how Chris gets his
his feedback.
We have to screenshot we have to like do the
dead serious. I'm dead serious.
Screenshot it, then print it out, then mail it to him.
Fax it.
It seemed like people liked it.
It seemed so. Yeah, actually I think so. Well, you know, your first article, you get like the extra boost because LinkedIn wants you to keep coming back. So you get like an artificial pump.
So the
on that
algorithm is helping, not hindering.
On that one, yeah. On the next one, you got to like actually earn it. Are you having like any concepts for the next one?
No, I told you it'll be somebody different each time.
Somebody, who are you trying to personify? Like, what are you going
Robert Goldman, do that one.
Nobody in particular.
Robert Goldman.
And the voice of Robert Goldman.
No one in particular.
The article will start with, for fuck's sake. And then
Thanks, Dan.
That'll win.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's real good for my career. Thank you.
You do it in Darshan's voice, non-compliant.
Yeah, in Darshan's voice, you are not compliant. Just
and if you do it in Dan's voice, fuck it, let's just do it.
Fuck it, let's roll. And it gotta be somebody famous.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's the next one.
Darth Vader.
How about Craig Lipset? Doing the voice of Craig Lipset.
It depends. If it depends.
It'll be in handcuffs. Like you know those phone calls that call collect, add another quarter to keep talking. That's the one for Craig.
Did you never learn the trick? The trick is, what is this about? What's your name? You go, I'm in jail. Pick me up, and that's it. So that's the name. So you never have to pay the quarter. Did you not know this?
No, I've heard of this, but does that actually work?
Yeah, you just have to talk really fast.
Darshan knows from experience, clearly.
Actually, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, Chris and I used to deal with a business partner, unfortunately, and thankfully we're not involved with him anymore. They used to email us from prison. So
no, just let's tell the whole story. FYI,
you can tell it. I think that
bad gut feeling about this guy.
I love After Dark. I love it.
This one was bad.
You can't get this in the daytime. You just can't get this.
Story time After Dark. Story.
I mean, we're prisons and this and how to scam, collect calls. I mean, this is amazing.
You guys want to hear the story? You want to hear the story, or?
Yeah. Tell us a story.
Of course, please.
I'll withhold the name because,
of course,
I don't want that smoke.
Yeah.
And I blocked him already. Okay. Back when we first started, me and Chris,
consulting
service.
Yeah,
we barely started getting people seeing the YouTubes and like emailing me. So we got excited about every freaking lead, right? Now it's like, whatever. But back then it was like, whoa, okay. Hey, my mom's a PI at Johns Hopkins. I'm an attorney. And he's super like well-spoken. And we have a bunch of conversations. Probably months go by. Maybe even a year goes by.
I don't think it's that long, but many months.
Okay, 6 months go by of us weekly conversations. Okay, let's start the site. You're in Baltimore. We can do it. You know, we could help you. We'll go. I forgot what the arrangement was. I think it was 50-50 or 60-40. I don't know. Something like that in his favor. I even went out there for a site selection visit, like because I wanted to guarantee we got the study. The PI was relatively smart. Went out there, we got the study, boom, everything's going all right, perfect. Then he starts emailing me during the study, hey man, the monitor keeps talking to me like making jokes about NASCAR. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, I don't know what that is, but I laugh because I'm thinking it's a joke I don't get, right? And I just want to end the call. So I'm like,
or it's a dude from Alabama.
Yeah. So I'm like, haha, okay, cool, NASCAR, whatever. And
now
then,
you know how I felt with that freaking basketball joke you made like 8 years ago that I'm still recovering from.
yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. All right, but everything's cool. And I'm talking like almost daily conversation with this guy, either me or Chris, every day with him. This is what you do. Okay, well, your coordinator's being like, a little bit difficult. Here's what you do. Here's what I've done. Everything good. We're enrolling. Me and Chris are in California. We're like, yeah, this is like a good way to like start sites, YouTube and find somebody smart like this. All right, perfect. Hey man, you want to do a podcast? Like this way we could promote your site. You can get like more followers. Sure, man, let's do it. Hour-long podcast. Boom. Post it. Months go by.
Prior to this shortly, I'm telling Dan, man, I'm getting a bad feeling about this dude. Just FYI, I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, and I'm not, because I see the good in people. I actually still, the guy's cool. He's. But anyways, a year goes by, maybe 2. We're like in business with this guy. He even visits us in California. Oh, I want to like get best practices. Let me see your site. Okay, boom, shadow, blah blah. Cool, everything's cool. Then this video has been posted for about a year, right? Mm-hmm. I forgot I did it. Somebody emails me, hey, is this the same guy that you partnered with, that you did a podcast with? And I read the article. Lawyer.
They sent an article.
Lawyer goes to prison for embezzlement.
Oh. And stealing.
Stole
yeah.
like millions of dollars from a charity. 6 million from a charity. And because he was a lawyer,
not just any charity.
Guys, don't give too much information here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be vague, man.
This is like I could literally find out like what this is.
Yeah, you could already find out.
Yeah.
So then we're like, what the hell? And then I read more in the article, and I get the NASCAR joke now.
Yeah.
He spent the money on a NASCAR team to sponsor a NASCAR team. And he was telling me months ago, this monitor came through, and I think he knew because he made NASCAR jokes. And he was, and I'm like, oh, haha, what did I miss? But whatever. So he's testing me if I know the real story of him. And he realizes I'm a moron. Yeah, he realizes at that point I'm a moron and I don't know anything about his background. Well, anyways, a few months later, because we kind of don't mention it, hey, I talked to Chris. Maybe we'll get some dividends here and there. Like, let's just let him be. Maybe he beats this thing. A few months later, random email from his coordinator. As you know, Mr. So-and-so is in prison. And I'm the coordinator now. And, I have questions. And I'm like reading this email. And I'm like, what the fuck? In prison? No, I don't know any of this. And then I reply back, send us all the banking info. We're going to take over the bank account. I don't know who you are. And then this guy emails us from prison and says, hey, that's really messed up. I can't believe you're trying to steal. And then we go back and forth. What do you mean trying to steal? This is our company. Like, you never told us you're going to prison, man. So that's the story I have for After Dark.
Be careful who you partner with.
Very much so. A simple Google search. But the guy was so sharp. Robert, this dude was sharp. Sharp. His wife was an attorney. He's an attorney. His mom's a doctor.
Yeah.
And all that stuff was true.
All true.
All that stuff was true.
But fourth time's a charm, because Dan and I now know after this happening 3 times. It wasn't just him. It was 2 other occasions with doctors. Not Googling them and finding out some very serious information after we've already kind of partnered with them.
Yep.
So 4th time's a charm.
4th time's a charm. And now
Google anyone you partner with.
But don't you actually have some kind of vetting process?
No, we do now though.
I think in 2015 we didn't know what the fuck we're doing, man. Yeah, Darshan.
I'm just gonna tell you it's non-compliant. How about that?
Yeah, he's ready to sue us for being so stupid. I know, Darshan.
I mean, in all fairness, my spidey senses went off. You know what I'm talking about. and I turned out to be right a month later. Nah, what do you
Wait,
mean?
wait,
nah?
who?
Remember that discussion we had with
The first dude.
the toes. We'll just say the toes.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, yo, like I immediately said this is a no. And you're like, no, of course, Dan sees the
you're
good in
right,
people.
right. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is not good.
But that wasn't a criminal though.
Well, I mean,
Criminal,
bad,
waste of
still bad.
time is the same thing.
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Criminal is a little worse.
Wasting my time is criminal.
You and I at one point were worried, like, hey, are we actually safe?
Darshan agrees. Wasting your time's criminal, right? Darshan?
Sure.
Misdemeanor, not a felony.
Still a criminal.
No, Chris, you and I were worried. You were like, does he have our social? Remember he wanted to do that group health plan?
Yeah.
Then you were like, does he have our social? Does he have our address? Shit. You know, I'd rather waste my time than deal with that kind of stress.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that dude was connected too. Like I'm, I was like glad I moved.
He had a strange way of doing research. Get all the studies you could. Don't worry about enrolling patients. Just take all the invoiceables and move on.
That's Robert's favorite kind of site.
Yo, if that's you, find me and you're automatically in.
This was that guy. Although at the time I went to the SSV, they actually had patients they could enroll. That was the sad part, and I think he's still in business. Let me look up their website real quick.
Well,
Can
you look in the background? Can you look in the background chat? Did Darshan nail it? Yes or no?
Hold on. I'm looking to see if this
this
site still exists.
Search.
I'm pretty sure you nailed it, Darshan.
Really?
The site still exists.
That's not the person's name. No.
Oh,
no?
it's
Okay.
not Chris. Okay. All right. Well,
no.
Try again.
Yeah, I have the browser here, but I'm not sharing my screen.
No, let's not. Anyways, so you know what? Okay, lesson learned. Chris,
if you're looking for engagement, try to guess what these guys are talking about. Who these guys are talking about.
So what's the name of the person, huh?
Yeah.
Did we give enough info to do so?
I'm on his LinkedIn profile right now.
So
what's up, Robert? I heard my name.
I was just gonna say, what about the Fed doing the interest rate?
Yeah, Fed goes burr, man. Hey, Derek from Castor said this is great for biotechs.
I really believe it is.
So I disagree.
Chris disagrees. He's all for fiscal responsible.
Are you guys big on stocks?
No. So it's real simple. When you cut rates, it's because the economy is hurting. You raise rates when inflation is above the target range of 2%. It's at 2.9. You raise rates when the economy is strong, right? Because you have no room to cut rates when things fail. So they're cutting rates already. It's an indication that in actuality the economy is weakening, tremendously weakening.
Oh, but we knew that because they already said that they actually mistimed it, and they said that the employment numbers simply didn't match what they were reporting.
Oh,
so
imagine
that was actually earlier this year. I can tell you that I'm seeing friends of mine who are going, this is rough right now. So for me, most of this year was rough. Now it's sort of turned a corner. For others, like they are turning a corner into like a rough area right now. So I think that, but here's the weird part. Like I'm pretty heavy into stocks, and I didn't really have that tremendous. Like I heard there was a bounce, but I was back to normal. The change wasn't that dramatic or anything like that. So I think the market already priced it in.
Yeah, I mean it's not that significant. It needs, but it's anyway, whatever.
I think the good part is going to be if you buy real estate, your rates will probably drop right now. It's not now's a good time to refinance at least initially.
No, wouldn't you think it's better to buy now at this current rate because you'll get a little lower price because the rates are high, and then when rates drop, prices fall, and you refinance then.
But you do that. That's what I meant. So, but you also don't want something you can't afford, right?
Absolutely.
So, depending on where you are, like right now, I'm in Pennsylvania, and people like to deny this, but in Pennsylvania, come the fall, no one wants to move because you freaking have to move in the middle of freaking winter. No one wants to move in the middle of winter, so it's a bad time to buy. So what you'll end up doing is I buy all my real estate if I can during the
When
winter.
prices fall. Yeah.
Correct.
Makes
And
sense.
then I also have a lower interest rate plus low prices. which
Well,
is really good to have.
I'm trying to time this perfectly. I'm going to Boise to buy a rental property. And
Are you really?
October 20th, yeah. So right
Let's
at
Let's
Boise,
start a
though.
site, man. Let's do a site out there.
yeah. Hopefully I get the rates high, prices
Chris,
are lower.
I'm on federal jury duty that week. Otherwise, I'd be joining you.
Federal?
Federal.
Have fun.
Federal.
You gonna get
Yeah.
Scarface?
I don't know. It's like we got.
You're gonna get the guy we just talked about. Our
It might be. Yeah, literally. I have federal jury duty starting October 21st. That whole week.
And you're actually going to get called, aren't you? Because you're a doctor and people respect you. You're going to get probably picked. 'Cause
No,
people think
I'm
you're
not.
honest.
I'm not. I'm gonna say I'm very biased.
But why? You seem very like.
Well, I'm gonna.
stable.
I don't want to be there.
I understand that part, but
Say
that's usually who ends up being there.
You think somebody who's speeding should get the death sentence. That'll get you out.
Yes,
Now federal is gonna be some like white collar stuff.
exactly. It's gonna be some, or I'm hoping it's.
You
like
can have criminal in the federal courts. Our
yeah?
court used to have them.
Oh, okay.
We had the Latin Kings in our court at one point.
Yeah, what's his name on the Untouchables? Can't think of his
Sean's
name.
connected.
He was
I'm not connected.
federally prosecuted.
Darshan, you have photos with very high-ranking political officials. What do you mean?
Can
you're
I
not
show
connected?
it? Wait, Darshan.
No, Dan.
What?
No, we
Yes,
can't.
Darshan. It's his neighbor.
All right, whatever.
You guys didn't even know who he was.
It's up to him.
I'm just
Look at
saying.
our son.
I'm just fact checking Darshan here.
Darshan, do I have your?
You have my permission.
Wait, what's the legalese here? Do I have your?
You have my consent.
Consent. Okay.
This is verbal. It's binding.
This is
Everyone's
Darshan's
like, who is
neighbor.
that? They walk their dogs together and
First
have coffee.
person that gets this right gets a copy of the book
And a
Comprehensive
mug
Accounting Plan.
from me because I have
Hey,
several.
Okay, Robert will send you that shit because that's expensive.
That's just expensive.
Yeah, I have boxes of the book. so
Actually,
that-
never mind. I only have two.
So give us
Sorry.
wait. Give us the inside scoop, Darshan. Was he pissed at a certain presidential candidate?
No, he wasn't. He was
No?
actually really pleasant. I was like, "Are you having like a busy week?" He's like, "Yeah, this is the first day we've actually." He was with his wife, and he's like, "It's the first day we've had just some time to ourselves because it's just been busy." I totally get that.
Sure.
What I was surprised by is how thin he is. Like in good shape. I was kind of impressed by that.
Darshan, can you
Robert?
possibly like take your camera and can we like walk over there or is it too late?
I mean, it's almost midnight. I can knock on his door and go, "How you doing?"
Just
Wow.
ask him if- hey,
You
Just
might
like
get
that.
shot.
All right, can I get a-
I'm
can
just
I ask
saying,
you-
maybe.
can I ask an alternative? But you're not getting shot in Pennsylvania.
Wait. I'm sure he's got
Are you
security.
sure?
He has
Darshan's
Yeah,
in
security.
Philly.
he had. I mean, during the presidential thing, he actually had because he was almost a nominee for
Yeah,
the
Secret
VP.
Service even.
Right.
So you actually had like social
Yes.
secret security.
But he probably has
Service
a
around
police
him.
car out in front of his house all the time.
Yeah,
no?
you always have.
But
Yeah.
but Darshan, my
Please don't
question
mention the
is
name, anyone. Please don't mention the name.
Shot. He might get shot. You're asking Darshan to go over there and maybe get shot.
No, he knows.
no, I'm
Darshan
not
already.
asking
He
him to
knows
do that.
Even
I'm
his
just
dog
asking
knows Darshan
in
already.
the future, is it
Uh-huh.
possible we could get
Broad
him
daylight.
on this? Can we get him on the After Dark podcast?
Ah, yes, Darshan, please, man.
I don't think I know him that well. He just because he's around here doesn't mean like he knows me. In fact,
I
his
know,
question
but-
was, "Do you live around here?" I was like, "Yes."
Right, but
I
next
thought you guys walk your
conversation.
dogs together.
Yeah,
I'm so
you ever seen
confused.
that TikTok? How fast guys make friends? How fast guys become friends? It's
I
like
haven't.
3 days.
Show it.
3 days you become friends. So next time you see him, say, "Hey, I have this After Dark podcast."
No. Apparently, he's lived here his whole life, so everyone has like stories about him.
Yeah, but try to
So
get him
that-
on the show.
I don't know him well
Wow.
enough, but eventually maybe we'll
Okay.
aim for that. How about
All right.
that?
Yes. I'll
Okay.
take
Hey,
that.
listen, that's a fair answer.
That's a
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
nice. That's a very nice brush off. I have to say, Darshan.
Excellent. I see why you got
Very
the art.
friendly
man.
brush off.
All right, gentlemen, I just got a text message that we're going very left field from one of our viewers abroad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas
Um,
to you guys out there.
Yep, Merry
Down under.
Christmas. And well, it may not be there, Dan. It may be somewhere even
Antarctica, perhaps.
So, guys, random industry musings. What I've noticed some crazy stuff going on.
You got something.
Yes.
No.
Do you
Come
see what
on,
I mean?
man.
Dan, we
Yes.
need to bring this up.
Robert, Darshan is here. Do you have the piece of paper in front of you?
I actually, you know
Where's
what?
Exhibit A?
I texted it to you. Can you
Okay.
possibly?
Let's get Exhibit
I
A.
shredded it because I was tired of looking at it.
Can you, while I look for it, can you explain what's going on to Darshan? Give some context.
Yeah. So, this is
Here we go.
crazy. I went, Dan,
Can
is
I
there a
show
way
this?
you
It doesn't have your
of
address.
course. No,
I just want to be clear that I have not said a single thing about the person you guys have been talking about because my girlfriend's texting me and saying that I am name dropping. I just want to be clear.
You're not name dropping. No. Hey, Darshan's girlfriend. What's her name? This
Joy.
is Joy. This is a contest. By the way, you do very good with Darshan's all his art and graphics. It's amazing.
Yeah, but Joy, I need you to please schedule that appointment. Thank you.
And Joy, where's the middle finger gonna go? We need to decide. It's
So
a very
that is
classy
complete
piece of
left
art.
field
Where are we
curveball
putting
to
this
everybody?
thing? Yeah.
Joy,
Okay, so
Darshan,
Dan, is there a way you can email that to yourself so you can share it on the screen? While you do that, I'll give the context. Okay.
My bad. I'm behaving like Chris Sauber right now. Hold on.
You really
Hey.
are. Charlie Chaplin in full effect over here. For goodness'
Hey.
sake.
By the way, while you
Hold
do
on, I
that,
forgot.
Chris Sauber, while you're trying to buy a house in Boise, why instead of paying the finance and then refinance charge, why don't you have it be owner financed and then refinance when the rate comes out?
yeah, I could consider that if the
I
owner's
guess
up for it.
that's one
Yeah.
way to look at it.
Because then you have to
Darshan,
pay financing charges
you
and
guys see it?
refinancing charges.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Robert, Exhibit A. Can you please?
Good thought, Darshan.
Let me
So,
remove the stuff so you can.
This
be
is
seen.
very interesting. Okay. I received this letter in the mail, Darshan.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have gout.
Yeah.
I've never had gout in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, anyways, this is from, as you can see,
Rheumatologyresearchtrials.com.
well, you look in the bottom there. It says, look who,
IQVIA,
Yeah.
whoever that is.
IQVI. I don't know who that is, but it's some company. I suppose.
Yeah,
Some
it's a small
group,
company here.
like a
Some
small group that no one's
small
heard
group of people, and essentially, so,
and they have a number 1877. Not that anyone should blow them up right now, but
or if you feel like it, call them. You can tell them
209
you're me. It's okay.
6199. Tell them you're Robert Goldman and
Dr. Robert Goldman. I'm
and-
sorry.
No.
and you want $2,000. I paid up front, please.
So Darshan, here's the deal. I get this letter in the mail,
Mhm.
and I don't understand it at all because there is somebody in my family. I'm
Mhm.
not going to say who it is.
Yeah.
That does have gout.
Sure.
Okay, so to me, when I read it, it looks like they're influencing me on either A, recruiting myself, assuming I have it, or B, talking to my family member, in quotes,
Right.
to coerce them into joining this trial. It's because it says,
Strong
if
word.
you know,
Yeah.
do you know someone have a history of gout, looking for ways? Okay, yeah, coerce is.
What's your question?
Well, my question is, where in the hell did they get this type of information?
That's super easy. I was actually talking to someone from People Magazine yesterday about it.
Is this legal?
Yeah.
Darshan, should we call Katie, the prosecutor, and do we have a case?
Darshan, I'm not happy about this.
Do you want me to tell you how you do it?
Yes, but in a moment. I sent them a very stern email.
Okay.
Saying, because it says right there, to unsubscribe for future mailings, email opt out at blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Believe me, I sent an email.
And
it wasn't a very nice one.
What'd you say?
To boot. I don't remember. I can find it. It's in my box.
I was talking.
Darshan, this is. I am not okay with this.
Okay.
Not just for himself. He's actually is very disturbed about this, and
I believe you.
He's talked to me about this privately, not just for himself, but other people receiving this kind of mail. He thinks it gives research a bad name.
Why?
Which I agree, because he doesn't have gout, first of all.
Okay.
So why is he getting stuff like this?
I know the answer to that question. So
please, Darshan, spit it out. Let's go.
Okay. So here's the answer. I'll actually start with an example and then build to the answer because it's necessary. Probably about 2006, 2007, there was a situation where this father who had a 15-year-old daughter, she went to Target, bought like, I'm making this up, but diapers, adult diapers, some cream, and 2 celery sticks. I'm making this up. And she went home. Suddenly the father started getting a bunch of like pregnancy stuff for his 15-year-old daughter. And he was really freaking pissed. And I think it was Target. I'm pretty sure it was Target. And they were like, he called them up and he's like, she's 15 years old. What are you doing sending her shit like this? Turns out she was pregnant. And Target knew before he did. And the reason for that was because certain behavior indicates to them that this person is more likely to be pregnant than others. So you can then target them with certain type of ads, certain type of coupons, etc. In your specific instance, I was talking to someone yesterday, literally, about targeting, and we're moving towards what's called a cookieless future. So you can't have cookies on your website. Google may have just gone back on it, but overall, people are moving away from tracking you via cookies to looking at behavior. So they're actually saying, if you go to this website, and this website, you're more likely to have gout. So it may be someone, it may be you, it may be someone using your computer, it may be someone, and it may be both online and offline behaviors. But that's why they don't know if it's you or someone around you.
So because I visit Snake River Farms frequently.
Yeah, possible.
That is absolutely absurd.
Happens every single day to all of us, all the time.
Wow. But Darshan, how the hell did they get my address?
I have yet to get one of these, so that's.
Like how is my address affiliated with me looking at Snake River Farms?
So number one, you might be logged into Meta. So you may have given
Meta does not have no. They have my college ID. I joined Facebook in circa 2004 when it was only college students.
Yeah, but you're forgetting something. Number one, your Meta may be attached to something else, which has your college address.
Well, guess
which has
what?
your new address.
I don't even have my real name on Meta.
Well, it may not be Meta, but it may be connected via Meta. So Meta might be how you're actually. So that may be like the central point that everything's being tagged through.
Okay, Darshan, what can I do about this? Nothing.
You can join the study, but you'll screen
really.
fill.
I mean, you can unsubscribe to that one, but I can
You'll
tell
get
you
$50 for showing up. Usually 50 or $100.
So
these days
it's funny
they
you say that. There's actually a bunch of lawsuits going on right now. So I advise on privacy stuff, right? There are a bunch of lawsuits about what's called pixel tracking, which means that, I don't know if you guys have done this, but you can set it up so that you send someone an email. And if the person opens up the email, this pixel gets triggered. You'll never know that pixel got triggered, but the fact is it gets triggered. And as a result of that, you know that someone opened up the email.
Hey, Darshan, real quickly, there's somebody that you and I know mutually. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to this person today.
Uh-huh.
And you know them well.
Sure.
And I was like, hey.
Yeah, Dan Tapera, what did you do?
No.
Yeah,
it's nobody.
I don't even know how to put a pixel. Shout out to Ronick.
Yeah, shout out to Ronick. I'm talking to him tomorrow, by the way. But hey, so Darshan, really, I was talking to this individual today, and he was like, hey, did you open this document I sent you? And I'm like, no, I never touched it. He's like, well, it has been opened and viewed 15 times.
Yeah.
Is that pixel tracking?
That's pixel tracking.
Oh my! So how does one who is a lay like myself, like could I do this myself?
So yeah, there used to be a tool called Banana Tag, but there are tons of them out there that'll do that for you.
There's Aweber. There's
Aweber.
So I send you a PDF, let's say, and every time you open it, every instance, I get an email knowing that you open this.
Yes, you don't have to get an email every single time, but it can track how many times. The funny part is it's not just there. There are systems that'll actually then screw around with that. So it'll actually just trigger it purposefully. So it gives a fake open when it's not really true.
That's why your computer goes so slow. Every now and then you got to restart it, man.
But
the funny thing is, there are a bunch of lawsuits on this.
Can I join it? Can you help me lead it?
Class action lawsuits.
I'm actually really offended by receiving this letter. I have to be honest with you.
Why don't you show up to the site, get $100, get retribution?
But
Make
here's
a
the funny
blog-
thing. You know what
Make
they're
a
being
blog
sued
about
for?
it.
And you'll enjoy this then.
I mean, Dan, maybe if you
Dr.
help
Goldman.
me.
Oh,
So
sure.
they're apparently they're being sued not for GDPR and privacy violations. They're actually being sued under state wiretapping laws because so no one really knows how to even defend that because you have to update all your privacy policies to address wiretapping statutes.
Yeah. And I would, Robert, I would take it back to Vlog It because I'm a site owner. So when the sponsors run central ad campaigns, they're running this in every market. So they'll send you to that Phoenix site. That site had nothing to do with that ad, but they'll take you as a lead because they're like, oh, somebody named Robert with gout. Let me call him and have him come in. So it's not that site's fault. It's
well, we don't even know what site it is. But Dan, in all fairness, I am in a clinical trial. I made that public yesterday.
That's right. Yes, that's right. That went pretty good.
That was a good post, and thank you for encouraging me to.
No, that was it. Needs to be
tell everybody that I lead with empathy, and I really do want to consider the patient experience.
How did it go, by the way? How did your visit go?
My visit went well. It was.
Did the coordinator know who you were? She
did. She's been my coordinator for multiple visits and very compassionate, very nice.
But she knows you from YouTube and stuff, or just
no. She just knows me as just somebody in this trial.
Okay.
And I did all my questionnaires and.
Do they know you work in the industry?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
They don't.
And what are their
turns out she stalks him on here all the time.
No, that's someone else. That's someone else. What are her bedside manners?
Very, very nice. I mean, honestly, very, very compassionate, very, very just nice.
Very demure.
Very demure.
Have you seen the PI yet?
Oh yeah. No, the PI comes. No, every visit the PI comes in. Okay. As a matter of fact, the PI walked in and I said, I have a new nickname for you, and he's like, "What's that?" And I said, "Speedy Gonzalez," because he's there for you ask him like an extra question. It's like, whoa, where'd he go? And this is an interesting point. So he came in, we chatted for a few moments, and he left. And I actually told the coordinator, I'm like, hey, by the way, I have a question for Dr. So-and-so. Can you please go grab him for me for a second? Okay. So she leaves the room and I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes later, she comes back and she's like, Robert, I'm so sorry. Like, he's in surgery and he's doing like this thing now. And I'm like, but I just have like a quick question for him. And she's like, I don't know how long. I'm like, I'll wait 10 minutes. And she's like, all right, let me go see if he'll come out or if I catch him coming out of the room. Well, needless to say, 10 minutes went by and I'm like, all right, I don't have any more time to wait. I got to go. So he did not make it back to come see me, which was kind of annoying. But other than that, I mean, and that, Dan, really, I find that, as a patient, impressive.
Every visit.
Well, I see him, but the point is, I didn't see him for as long as I needed to ask some questions.
Yeah.
And then when I realized that he had left because he's Speedy Gonzalez, man, he could be. It'd be so weird if he watched this episode, but
I doubt it. They would have mentioned something.
Yeah. So after I called him Speedy Gonzalez, he said, all right, see you soon, blah, blah, blah. And, off he went. But he was unable to come back into the room. And I found that to be very undemure.
Yeah,
exactly.
Very non-demure.
Very non-demure. So, that was not a great experience as a patient. I have to tell you, it was a little unsettling for me. Because I was like, wow, am I that this guy can't spare literally 30 more seconds?
Would you have been okay if a sub-I nurse practitioner came in?
I don't know, because in that moment I wasn't offered an alternative. It was literally like, hey, we can bring
if she would have said, hey,
my question. What if you were offered a decentralized study where someone could talk to you via telemedicine? Would you be okay with that? Because that's now the new possibility.
I mean, honestly, Darshan, if he would have, the problem with this particular situation is it could not have been solved via telemedicine. He needed to actually visualize, palpate, and touch something.
They gotta like have that scope.
I've
and
had that
stuff.
problem. I want it to be touched as well.
Yes, I like exactly. So
This is after dark.
I love
Telemedicine-
telemedicine. Wait, what now?
Send if you want to see more, send $9.99 right now. Okay.
So in this
The
instance,
Darshan.
telemedicine would not have worked. But if it was not something where he needed to visualize, then I could have probably been like, yeah, you know what, that would have been cool. Call me tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Telemedicine is phenomenal. But to Dan's point, I was not offered an alternative. Like, hey, let me, he's not available, but I can send in a delegated.
That's where we
somebody.
have Jaime Valles, our NP, because our derm is the same. He's fast, but our NP can spend time with you and say, "Hey, Robert, what's going on?" Okay,
Yes, I would have liked that, and I left kind of a little unsettled, and I actually emailed the coordinator when I got home, and I was like, "Hey, I'd really appreciate if you could relay this message to the PI, and like have them call me because I'll pop in."
You do know they're going to treat you with the white gloves now. Like when the patients like that, when we get patients like that, we put our A game on for patients like you.
So Dan, here's the part of the story that I didn't tell you. So I actually went back this morning. I got an email from the coordinator early this morning around 7:30, and she's like, "Hey, he happens to have a 9:40 a.m. Can you just pop in real quick?" And I said, "Sure." So I went this morning back at 9:40 to address the small problem that was unable to be addressed during then. So, I mean, I guess from a patient-centric point of view, it was very inconvenient to me, though, to have to make
twice.
that. Exactly.
Did you get paid second time?
No.
Do you get paid the first time?
Yes.
Okay. They give you cash or Clin? Oh, you posted
Clin
card, right?
Yeah, I got my Clin card. Yeah.
Hey, SOS sponsored by Clin card. Please come back.
Big shout out,
please,
Greenfire.
Please.
They actually reached out to me on LinkedIn and asked how my experience was, and I really appreciated that.
Robert, tell them, make sure you sponsor SOS again because they sponsored last year. Chris, we got to get them back, man.
I will definitely do that. I am talking to, what is her name?
Wait, is that Greenfire?
Greenfire, it is.
Okay, yes. Shout out to Greenfire. We need you back.
So we have a question. What does sponsorship look like?
SOS? That's Chris. That's all Chris. I don't want to mess that up.
What do you mean? What does it look like? What's the
What
cost?
do you get? People.
Yeah, Baba Yaga wants to have a booth. Give him a booth.
All right.
Man.
For you,
Can't afford a booth, but
you can afford a middle finger. Art, you can afford a booth, man. Put the middle finger right there in the booth.
I'll work it off in kind. I'll give a talk and then I'll
look. Darshan's just a college professor, okay?
Exactly.
Adjunct.
You guys are
Can I get the hoodie?
Which hoodie?
For Drexel.
Sure.
I want the Drexel hoodie. Okay. When I see you in OKC, Chris, sell it, man. What's the sponsorship? Look like,
Chris, sell it like you stole it, okay?
Sell it like I stole it, huh? 12 grand for a booth.
Ooh,
where can I sign up, man?
That's a 2-day. That's a 2-day conference.
It's a write-off. What are you talking about?
It's a write-off.
It's a write-off.
This is not tax.
No art
better than art.
Here. You're
better
not
than
donating
art.
anything.
Better than art.
Better than art.
Yeah.
Chris, sell it to me, man. Sell me this pen.
Sell you the pen. Here, sign this contract.
Take it.
Why do I need this booth, Chris? When I could just mingle in the lobby like
Craig.
That's a great question. So you don't get handcuffed and taken out the doors.
He didn't get handcuffed, but he did become a T-shirt. Brad
I'll tell
is
you
working
what,
on it
I
right
am just gonna bring a folding table and set up shop in the lobby, and
you might get handcuffed. Just
Judy
oh, now I'm gonna get handcuffed.
Judy Galindo may not like that.
Yeah, Judy will handcuff you.
Yeah, Judy.
And
I don't want.
There's no fun involved.
I do not want to piss off any of the LICR women.
They're not to be messed with, especially Monica.
Yeah, and Monica is way too
nice.
This
one, she's nice, but when she gets me, you do not want to be on her mean side. This one,
do not piss off a Latina. She will kick your ass.
Oh yeah. I think she's
Yep.
black belt in something.
I would imagine Joy is somebody you don't want to mess with either, Darshan.
Oh,
I
yeah.
date her. She kicks my ass all the time.
Well, that's my point.
But I do like it. It works out okay.
That's good. So
See?
So, Chris, you did a great job selling. We need Clint Card Greenfire back.
dancers are smart ass.
But hold on. Are there tiers of sponsorship?
Well, no, there's not, but there is, Dan. Just don't. No,
Did we announce that?
No,
thing?
it.
Did we announce that thing?
So the tiers of sponsorship are, we do have additional things that can be sponsored. Like, for example, the coolest item we have, in my opinion, is the minor league field for the Dodgers.
Yes.
The whole field?
Sean, baseball is a
field.
sport they play
The
in the
whole
US
field.
where
You have all the monitors throughout the whole stadium with whatever you'd like to display as the sponsor.
But is anyone there or just
Yeah, all the
The empty
attendees
stadium.
at the conference. It's an after
it's
party.
a very popular.
Darshan, do you barbecue? Be honest.
define the word?
Wait,
do
all
I?
you can eat and
Uh,
drink too.
We're going back to the dogs and cats.
No, we're not. I just asked if you enjoy
No dogs and
barbecuing.
cats for
Well,
eating.
Joy actually barbecues more than I do. I just eat.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Hot dogs, not dogs.
Minor league baseball, Darshan. That's a big time, man.
So
now
I'm-
there's two.
I may be an
people-
idiot around sports, but I know when you use the word minor in something, it's not a good thing.
exactly,
Minor
Darshan.
league. It's Oklahoma City. You think they have major leagues?
Yeah,
they
they're
only have the
considered-
NBA
they're
Thunder.
They're considered professional baseball players.
Yes,
even though
When you
minor
have to
they're
say
minor
things
league.
like they're considered, that's not a good sign either.
Shout out to all the hardworking minor leaguers. Some of them.
that are
No
trying
doubt.
to make it to the big league. Listen, I shouldn't be talking shit at any, but I'm just saying Darshan does have a point,
No, he-
and he doesn't know, and he knows not. Dan, really, like
Listen,
minor league. All right, let's not minimize. shit.
26.
Hey,
26.
good job.
They come
26
up. They come
You're
up.
better than
and
I am.
go
How
up
about
and
that?
Come back all the time.
Likewise, Darshan.
Look, this
I should
year was
only
in
be in half the
Tucson.
shape they are.
We had to climb. We had to work our way to bigger markets. Tucson
yeah.
was
Yeah.
like an easy win.
Dan, when I met you, you
Yeah.
had specifically told me you are the future owner of
Of the Clippers.
The Clippers.
Colts? No, nobody wants that.
It started with a C. I was close.
Well, Peyton
yeah.
Manning was great. What are you talking about?
So we're
Yeah.
working towards the Clippers. How far along are we right now? And can we get them to sponsor this?
Very far, and no. Steve
So,
Ballmer
Dan,
owns them now.
I don't understand. So,
So how far are you from Steve Ballmer? Can you
Far.
and he? So because today, what's his name? Cuban tried to buy Twitter,
Oh,
and Elon
Cuban's
Musk said
about
he's
to get
36
canceled.
million short, 36 billion short.
He's short. Yeah, he's.
So how short are we talking right now for you and Ballmer?
I
$2
would
billion.
the Clippers.
Baba Yaga will cut you a
Dude.
check.
Billion.
No, the Clippers are worth
Well,
probably.
he paid 1.8 for him.
Yeah,
so-
and they're probably worth like $4 billion now, especially now that the
wow,
rates went down.
really?
Yeah.
So you're like $32 short.
No, I'm about
I
4
got you.
billion. I'm about 4 billion short.
Look, I can cover you for $32 right now. I'll write you the check.
I'll flip 3 of your gas stations and a art, like a middle finger art for something like a minor league team, and then I'll work my way from there.
Got it.
I like to be scrappy, man. I'll go like, and I've changed it from basketball to baseball.
See, I
I've
totally see you just like inventing your own sport and saying now I own all the teams.
You know what? Okay. Little known fact. Chris and I were considering, I don't know how close we were, to starting a cricket league
I
in the
completely
United States.
forgot about that.
Remember?
I do.
Shout out Amir Bashir.
Yep.
Why? It's actually doing really well.
I know. Maybe the 4 of us can do it. Robert, what do you know about cricket, man?
I
Not
was
the
in-
bugs outside, but
No. I know. I was in
the sport.
Jamaica and I saw. I'm like, what is this crazy paddle sport happening here? And they're like, oh, yeah, man, that's cricket. And I'm like,
So cricket, just so you guys know, they
popular.
invested in it. Do you know what the cricket leagues go for right now?
It's more than NFL.
It's about 16.4 billion.
Holy
Wow.
it's just like
Wow.
like football, soccer, and I mean, and it is such a big deal.
Hold on, let me
Massive
look up the 49ers value because that 16 billion, the 49ers are not 5.2 billion for the like most successful franchise in the NFL, like top 3, 5 billion. So if
No, but now-
16 billion,
Think about how old the systems are that you're talking about. The IPL, which is the Indian Premier League, so it's just India. it's actually only probably about 10 years, 15 years old.
Hmm.
And that's how big these things are. So
16 billion. Wow.
Yeah.
So we need to get back cracking on that.
The
cricket
Clippers
league, Dan.
value, I was right on the spot. 4.65 billion says Google. is
I mean,
what it-
who,
Great.
0.6 billion, who's counting?
that's your chevrons right there. Like I can get
Anyway,
those.
gentlemen, wrapping up. Final closing remarks.
Yeah, Robert's got a hard stop, man.
I have I
Robert,
have to go to,
Can you give
yeah.
us a sneak peek of what's going to happen now at 9 for you? You work around the people don't respect Rob's hustle enough. We're about to go to
I'm
sleep.
here at
He's about to
midnight.
work. He's going to
I'm-
work.
And I'm
Darshan's
about to-
got hustle, too.
and Darshan, I'm about to
Darshan-
join an investigator meeting.
Are you
Right
really?
now?
Yeah.
Down under?
Well, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Right.
And
Merry
it's gonna
Christmas to
be-
them.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Listen, it's you do what you got to do.
I got to work in litigation. So I'm with you. I got to still work on
That's
it till
Katie.
tonight.
You want to,
Yeah.
Katie wants to meet you.
I want to talk to Katie too.
Okay.
You said she's coming here, right?
She wants to, but she's a little bit intimidated by you.
I think
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
most people are in. Like I was certainly intimidated by Darshan when I first
They're in
met him. I was
awe
like,
of
holy
Darshan.
shit! I don't even. wanna
I've known
talk to him.
Darshan since 09, though. I've never been intimidated because I interacted
I don't know
with
why
him on
anyone
Twitter
would be.
back in the day. Darshan's
Yeah.
like one of the coolest dudes.
Darshan is the cool. Oh, for sure. Once you know him,
Yeah.
but when you don't know Darshan,
If you
it's
don't
like,
know him,
holy
yeah,
shit.
if I approached him from a different angle, I would be like, whoa, this guy.
I'd be like, yo, this
hold
guy
on.
is so like
I'm
it's
not
just, you know,
compliant already. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see how I approach him.
I'm waiting for the knock on the door any moment.
They're going to knock on your door?
Well, no, I'm just saying, when you don't know Darshan, he can scare the shit out of
okay.
you.
No, yes. Luckily for me, 09 Twitter was like the wild.
09
Wild
Twitter. Dude, that's the
FDA
original
lawyers. I
OG
saw
shit.
FDA lawyers as a handle. I'm like, I gotta know this guy. What the hell's going
That was
on?
fun though. I love because
Why
of you. I'm
did you
coming back on
abandon
Twitter
Twitter?
though.
You abandoned it, man. What?
I
where are you?
did, and now I'm coming back.
Okay. It's
So-
Don't
nice.
call it a comeback.
Elon's doing a good job.
He really is.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you. Anyway, guys,
I like
it's
Chris,
been
very
fun.
stoic in the corner, just observing everything.
I'm just laughing at this whole.
He's still
entourage
thinking
here.
about his neighbor. How the fuck did he do that?
Chris, what does your shirt say? Shout out to people who struggle with math.
Shout out.
5 out of 4 people struggle with math.
There you go.
All right, Chris has the best shirts. I'm telling you.
Yeah, his shirt.
Speaking
game's
of, Dan, you and I need to connect tomorrow so we can talk offline about the hat that Chris is going to be
he's
buying
gonna
us.
lose, man. We need to
No,
pick
no.
our hats ourselves.
But I'm not familiar. I wear like snapback trucker hats,
He wants those Yellowstone like,
1999. But
cowboy hats.
Dan, I need to know. I need to be made aware of some kind of a hat that's worth the value.
Okay, I got
And
you.
I need your help. So
I'll send
because
you
I
some-
want to start like looking and perusing the selection.
Okay,
Because I have a decision to make. It's either going to be
I got some
multiple
rare
hats,
rare ones.
multiple hats that equal the value of the agreement, or I need to buy one single hat. And
Well, you went to
maybe-
Michigan State, right? And then you
I
like
would
the
love
Lions.
Yeah, Lions, Michigan State.
There's not enough rare ones of those two teams, but so we might have to go the 3 hat route for you to get your money's
Oh,
worth.
Okay. All right.
Those
well,
are not like rare type of. I can't think of any of their.
Well, let's
alternate-
not cut it off. Maybe we
You
need to
two are
talk some
awfully
intel.
confident.
All
Well,
right.
Chris, this is
After seeing Darshan's neighbor, I'm confident. By the way, free book to anyone who can guess who that guy was.
Look,
No,
wait, can I guess? I'll take the free
No,
book.
you
on.
can I
You
guess?
know his address. You can dox him.
And you already have a book.
I don't.
And
What?
what is it?
Fuck.
What?
What?
You never bought one?
I didn't know how to buy it.
What
I
do you
thought
mean
it
you
was
don't
only
know how to
after
buy
signature
one? You
was
know how to put cookies on people's shit, and you don't know how to buy
Come
one.
on, man.
Come on, dude.
Damn, look at that. I'm
Where's
gonna
yours, Chris?
have to.
Let's go, man.
Telling you, Darshan is just.
I have one that's propping up my camera though.
Okay. It's decent.
All right, gentlemen. Listen, it's been great.
This was a
Always.
fun one, guys.
This was a fun one, and I'm looking forward to picking out my hat.
Me too.
And When I
We'll
wear
find
the
out.
hat on a future episode of After
Careful of
Dark,
being so confident. I'm just saying.
Chris, you
Chris,
lost,
maybe.
man.
Hey, look. One of two things are going to happen. You're
You
going to be in
doom
a
scrolled too
dope
much.
cowboy hat, or we're going to be in a. I'm going to be in a very nice fitted
This is true.
hat.
Chris went on a doom scroll binge and got scared and made a bad bet. So we won.
No.
He bet against Dan and I, and Dan and I. Well, Dan, look, we.
I
could
believe in
lose.
democracy. Democracy
Okay.
will win.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe in that shit anymore.
You may need to walk Darshan's dog next time he goes and have some conversations with the neighbors.
I'll carry the bags.
With all of them, he's just gonna show at every neighbor's house. Just go, hey, I want to talk to you.
One in particular.
Darshan, I'm just going to rent a big barbecue in front of your house, and I'm going to just
There,
smoke
eat
out
the
the
dogs,
neighborhood.
eat the cats, eat the cats. Should we end with that song? I should have had that song, guys.
Should have
No,
had it ready.
I think we should go out with our last of the
No.
day.
You know what the song should be? It's Darshan. Do you guys
Oh.
know the Darshan song?
No, I do not.
Might as well play it.
You know it, Robert, right?
Oh yeah.
This is the dark song.